All right, thanks, Isaac, for that update. Good morning, everyone, and welcome into mid-morning. So tomorrow, people are marking history and taking a look at the past. Mr. Chuck and Mr. Kabir join me in studio this morning to talk about the newest Freedom Trail marker unveiling. Thank y'all so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Look, y'all, they're familiar faces on here this week at this point. So, Mr. Chuck, just talk to me about this unveiling and just the Freedom Trail marker.
Sure. Well, tomorrow at 11 o'clock in historic Catfish Alley, we'll be dedicating the newest Freedom Trail marker in the Mississippi Freedom Trail Marker Program. Here in Columbus, we have a civil rights era hero, Dr. Emmett J. Stringer, who is the state president of the NAACP. He led voter registration efforts in the early 1950s and ultimately was responsible for Medgar Evers being hired as the first ever state field secretary for NAACP anywhere.
Wow. And so you were telling us that you had two students who actually kind of found some of this information, correct?
Right. Well, Dr. Stringer is not a mystery to anybody.
Yes.
He's been in books and celebrated in history. But in 2021, 2022, I had students working on a project I called More Story Monuments, and two of them, a young lady from Starkville, who's now at Yale, and a young lady who from Columbus, who's now at the University of Mississippi, they chose Dr. Stringer.
Okay.
And their research uncovered his story. They wrote and proposed a new state historic marker, and we turned that into a proposal for the Mississippi Freedom Trail Marker Program. And it was approved by the Mississippi Humanities Council, and here we are.
That is amazing. And Mr. Kabir, you will be our MC, but you also have a personal tie to Dr. Stringer.
Well, look, I was fortunate enough to interact with Dr. Stringer because of my grandmother's business in Catfish Alley for over 65 years, and his dentist office being next door. And when he relocated on the north side of town, with his dentist practice, he patronized Helen's Kitchen all the time, and I used to bring food to the car for him and his wife and his family. So, and all I can remember about Dr. Stringer were those great big old hands and a soft-spoken man, but he was a true trailblazer. But at the time, me being a teenager, I didn't understand the historical significance of this man that I was serving until I got older. But it wouldn't be a state representative, Kabir Karriem, if it was not for Dr. E.J. Stringer.
And guys, you know, it was not very long ago that segregation was a thing in Mississippi. And Mr. Kabir, we were talking as well, just issues that African Americans in Mississippi still face today. What does this mean to recognize Dr. Stringer, but also bring this aspect to our own community?
Well, it's recognition that we've made great strides, but we still have a lot of work to do. And the struggle for freedom, justice, and equality as it relates to issues in America, we're still striving for that perfect union. And we're going to continue his work. We're going to continue his legacy. And I think this marker I'm excited about it because it's long overdue. People have always tried to recognize Dr. Stringer, but because of some of the things he faced with his family, they shunned away from public accolades. But look, he is well deserving of this honor. And I'm thankful for Mr. Yarborough and his students for doing the research and bringing this to the community.
And Mr. Chuck, you know, you said your students kind of led the project for this, and we talk all the time. You know, you guys are doing the Emancipation celebration of May 8th. Why is it important that we are teaching the younger generation about the importance of these people in history?
Good question.
Yeah, well, you know, every community is shaped by all the people in it. And they're people, we all work every day to improve the life of our community for ourselves, for our families, for our state, and ultimately for our nation. And I think young people have to engage the past completely and honestly in order to empower them to create the best future for all of us. So to me, it's just about empowering young people with knowledge and critical thinking.
Well, thank y'all so much for joining us.
Thank
guys,
you.
We'll be right back after the break.